What's up, everyone? It's the Video Game Punks here. Last week, Commander Taylor made AK and I did a very long stream trying to get the alien first contact encounter to spawn to no avail. It was only after that stream that I started to research how other people were getting that to work, and so I decided to make this guide to getting the encounter. To begin, let's talk about the Thargoids. The Thargoids are an alien species first introduced in the 1984 release of Elite, the predecessor to the game we all know and love today. The Thargoids are a hostile insectoid race which were known for interdicting human ships from hyperspace in ambush and destroying them. The encounters with the species in Elite was known to be especially difficult, and pilots were considered lucky to survive the encounters with them. Reading the wiki, which I've linked in the description, dude, it also describes two other species that are like the Thargoids. These are the Klaxians and the Orisrians, or Oresrians, I'm not sure which one is correct. The latter is described as being similar in appearance to the Thargoids, but with some minor differences. It's also worth noting that the Orisrians are described in the wiki as being friendly as opposed to the hostile Thargoids. The encounter is widely believed to be the Thargoids based on a number of factors. However, whether or not this is actually the case is still a subject of debate in the Elite Dangerous community. In order to start the encounter, there's some preparation involved. The first step to starting this process and witnessing the encounter is to purchase the correct equipment. To start, you will need a ship that is capable of making long-range jumps between systems. Personally, I used an Asp Explorer, but a pilot could just as easily pull this off with a ship capable of jumping around 15 light-years. My band's drummer and good friend Physics made all the needed jumps in an A-rated Viper Mark IV, which is a much more affordable option. Whatever ship is used, be sure to pick up the FSD needed to make jumps of up to 15 light-years. Pilots will need a discovery scanner so that they can easily decipher the location of the planets in the system. I recommend using the advanced discovery scanner since its range is infinite, but using the basic scanner and doing multiple scans around a system will work just as well. Pilots will also need a wake scanner so that they are able to scan the wake of the alien ship after it jumps away. Any wake scanner will do in this case, since the only difference between the scanners is the distance at which the wake can be scanned. A fuel scoop is mandatory, as pilots may need to make many jumps in deep space where there are no stations at which to dock and refuel. An SRV is also needed to grab a mandatory cargo pickup from a planet's surface. The last mandatory piece of equipment is a cargo bay with enough room to carry 1 ton, so the smallest cargo bay will do. For more information about ship builds, and to get a good idea of how this will work with your current ship, please see the description, dude, for links to Coriolis and EDDB. Coriolis is a ship builder which will help you manage the loadout on your ship, while EDDB will help you find stations that sell the modules you need. Now, before we get started on the process, I'm not going to go over all the details of the different ways this can be done. I'm simply going to go over the way Commander Taylor made AK and I went through this process, and it seemed nice and efficient to me. To begin the process, after purchasing the equipment, make your way to the Maya system, spelled M-A-I-A, as in Mike Alpha India Alpha. This system is at the heart of the Pleiades Nebula and is absolutely gorgeous. Also of note in this system is that there is a black hole here with a tourist beacon that can be scanned. If you have the time, it's definitely worth approximately the 10-minute flight to get to the black hole. From Maya, fuel up and head over to HIP 17862. Specifically, we're going to the moon of the third moon of the 6th planet. This can be easily seen on the system map after a scan takes place. On the system map and in the nav panel, the planets and its moons will show as unexplored, but if you simply count from left to right on the system map from the star, it's the 6th planet in the line. Then count down 3 planets to the C moon, and then select and target the moon of that moon. I'm not going to make any references to canine memes. The next part is a bit tricky and requires some explanation. I'll put the coordinates as well as the planet information in the description, dude. Once you arrive at the planet, you must make your way to coordinates 30.32, negative 98.58. Now, this takes some practice, but the way I was able to find the correct location was by entering orbital cruise and traveling down headings 0, 90, 180, and 270 until the numbers were close, then dropping in and flying around using the same method until I'd reached the crash site. The idea here is that by following headings 0, 90, 180, and 270, you're only modifying one of the numbers at a time, which makes this much easier. The crash site makes a very creepy noise when you get close, so it's hard to miss. Once you've found the crash site, land and deploy your SRV. Just head over to the crash site and pick up one of the artifacts laying nearby. I started this process in open play, but the artifacts had already been collected by other players, so I moved to solo play right then and there and scooped it up. Headed back to my ship after that. Once you're carrying the cargo, it will begin to corrode your systems. Let this corrosion do a bit of damage to your ship before you jettison or sell the cargo to the black market in Maya. Note that the cargo is considered illicit there. I jettisoned the cargo and still got the encounter to work. Now that you're back in space, jump around within 100 light years of Maya and see the sights. Many pilots like to jump back and forth between Maya and Asterope systems to get the encounter to spawn. Between Commander Taylor and I, we believe the toxicity of the object is what marks either your pilot or your ship for the aliens to locate you for the scan. I was able to secure the majority of this information from a Reddit post in which users were gathering data for the encounters. Please see the link in the description, dude, for that information, as they're doing some great research there. So, if you don't want any spoilers, cut the video now as I'm about to encounter the aliens myself. If you don't mind the spoiler, or if you've already seen the footage, enjoy the log of my first encounter with the aliens. Engage jump drive.
Jump.
Ship's powered down. Ooh. Huge. Right, we need control. We need control. The scan. Okay, and I didn't bring a wake scanner either. Whoa. Guys, thank you so much for watching my first ever instructional guide video for Elite Dangerous. I always thought that I was going to end up doing this kind of thing for World of Warcraft. I'd like to extend a very special thank you to the 36 people at the time that I made this video who have subscribed to the channel. Guys, if you are new to the channel, be sure to hit the subscribe button and show your support. Otherwise, if you like this video, hit the thumbs up button and feel free to leave comments and stuff in the comments section letting me know if this video has helped you in any way whatsoever. If you guys like the way that I break things down on this level, I will continue to try to make guide videos for different games. Oh man, I actually actually like training a whole lot, so that would be kind of a fun prospect for me. But let me know if you like it, and I'll see what I can do. Guys, thanks so much for watching. This is VG Punks, the video game punk, signing off.